Most of you only clicked on this video to tell me that I'm an absolute idiot, to dislike it, and to leave. But make sure you hear me out before you get off of this video. The fact that 2K has a legend grind is amazing to me. I hated having to grind to level 40 it was too much. I hated having to grind to level 40 trying to hit legend. I didn't even do it once I found out that it was a waste of time because I did not want a parrot. I absolutely love that the legend grind is separate this year. And I absolutely love that there are different things you have to do. And I'm specifically talking about one part of the legend grind when I say that the legend grind is absolutely ruining 2K23. For some people this was obvious, but if you do not know what I'm talking about the 100,000 point grind on 2K23 to be a legend. That is ruining the game. Now the reason why it's ruining the game is because it makes some game modes just flat out unplayable with randoms. Instead of using their heads and playing the 1v1 court all day like the leader of the current legend grind is, most people are still playing team game modes but grinding for legend. In the rec, you see guys with no business even thinking they're going for legend out there not passing the ball whatsoever, just jacking up shots, shooting 5 for 24, and their excuse is, well, I'm grinding for legend, I'm trying to hit legend, I have to score these points. It's taking the team aspect out of 2K. About one player per team can even hit legend if we're thinking realistically. And this year you've seen a lot of toxic screamers getting mad at their teammates for shooting open shots because they're trying to grind for legend, and they understand how hard it is to score 100,000 points. It made being a legend a non-team thing. In previous years, being a legend, you could just throw lobs. One guy catches them, one guy throws them, you still get a lot of points together. Now let's compare it to the 100k points grind. If you play Park and you score every single point in every game that you play, it still takes you around 4,761 games if you go undefeated to score 100,000 points. And that's just one player. Let's say you play the rec and you score 100 points per game. It still takes you 1,000 games to score 100,000 points. Now, I'm not going to hop on here and say that every casual should be able to hit legend, because really, still, last year was your year. But a good legend grind is something that a casual player that comes home every day from work and plays about 2 to 3 hours should be able to hit in, let's say, the middle of the summer at the worst. Because at the rate it's going, most guys are not going to hit legend until it's time for 2K24, and then you're not even going to be able to enjoy being a legend. If you have to hit legend on 2K in like the last 2 weeks of the game, it's really no point in even grinding, because you're really not going to have fun, because most people are just going to leave and play the next game, especially if you're grinding for legend, because that means you're keeping up with 2K. That means you're updating your 2K. So on drop day, you have the new 2K anyway. And you might throw a couple flashback videos, but you're really not going to enjoy legend in the way that you grinded for, which makes the legend grind pointless. Now, what I think would have been much better for a legend grind, and I've proposed it to other people, is that you should have to have 100,000 stats. It's so much easier that way. If you have points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, all of that, that's a much more attainable grind, but it's still a very hard grind for a casual player to make. And if you want to add a little extra skill gap to it, make it where turnovers subtract on like a sliding scale. So make turnovers and points 1-to-1. So if you score 3 points, but you have 2 turnovers, that only counts as 1 point because the turnovers are subtracting. Say you get 2 steals, but you get 1 turnover, that evens out. That's 0. 2 blocks, 1 turnover, that's 0. That evens out. That makes it a grind and adds a skill gap to the legend grind. That alone could be a legend grind, and then you add on the other things that you have to do. Now let me know if I'm wrong about this in the comment section down below. I don't even want to be long-winded about this, but now that you've heard me out, let me know, is the 2K23 legend grind killing this game? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, show some love, do something, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.